Hello students, hope you all are fine and safe at your homes. So students, today through this video, I am going to discuss with you the first chapter from Flamingo, and the name of the chapter is The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. Students, before starting with the explanation of the chapter, I would like to give you a brief overview about the author. Alphonse Daudet, born in May 13, 1840 in France, and he died in Paris on December 16, 1897. French short story writer and novelist, and now Alphonse Daudet, who was remembered chiefly as the author of Sentimental Tales of Provincial Life in the South of France. Daudet was the son of a silk manufacturer. In 1849, his father had to sell his factory and move to Lyon. Alphonse wrote his first poem and his first novel at age 14. In 1857, his parents lost all their money, and Daudet had to give up his hopes of matriculating. His work as an usher at the school for 6 unhappy months culminated in his dismissal, but later furnished the theme with embellishments and omissions for his semi-autobiographical novel Le Petit Cause in the year 1868, which means The Little Thing. At the end of the year, he joined his elder brother Ernest in Paris. Now here is a brief introduction of the chapter The Last Lesson. The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet was written in the days of the Franco-Prussian War, in which France was defeated by Prussia, led by Bismarck. The French district of Alsace and Lorraine passed into Prussian hands. It showcases the fact that the oppressor wants not only territory, but also dominates over the language and culture of a particular country, thus taking away even the identity of the subjugated people. So now student, here we goes with the theme of the story, The Last Lesson. Alphonse Daudet talks about the importance of freedom and the preciousness of one's own language through the story. Because according to Alphonse Daudet, freedom of language is really very important. So, in the chapter, there are two important characters, and here we goes with the character sketches of two characters, that is Franz and M. Hamel. Franz was a student and M. Hamel was a French teacher. So the qualities of Franz are: Franz was careless, he was conscious of his duties, admirer of nature, observant, sensitive and innocent thinker. And here we goes with the qualities of M. Hamel. M. Hamel was a French teacher, and he has spent his 40 years by departing the knowledge of French language. He was quite strict teacher, selfish at times, because when he wants to go out for fishing, he asks the student for the off in the school. Honest and sensitive man, he was really very honest towards the knowledge which he departs among all the people of Alsace and Lorraine. Proud of being French, because according to him, French was a beautiful language. Passionate about the French language. He was having a great passion because he was really a very good teacher of French language. Now students, let's start with the explanation of the chapter, The Last Lesson. The narration of the story is by a French boy, Franz. Franz is a lazy boy. However, in spite of his laziness, Franz likes to play and is of a sensitive nature. Now let's begin with the explanation. Late for school. The narrator, Franz, started school very late that morning. He feared M. Hamel. He would question the students on participle. The narrator didn't know even the first word about them. He feared a scolding. He thought of running away and spending the day out of doors. The weather was very warm and bright, but he decided otherwise and hurried off to school. Now in this paragraph, Franz just want to highlight the thing that he was very much afraid of M. Hamel because he was a very strict teacher. And a day prior, he announced that there will be a test of participles. And French don't have even a single idea about a word of participle. So he feared M. Hamel and he decided that today he was going to bunk the school. And there he enjoyed an open field where the birds are chirping, Persian soldiers are doing the drilling practice, and moreover the weather was very warm and bright. But finally he decided that he has to hurry off to school, and there he has to join the class of M. Hamel. Crowd in front of the bulletin board. As Franz passed the town hall, he saw a big crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all the bad news had come from there. The people got the news of the lost battle and other important information only from there. So when Franz was running towards his school, because he was getting late, so what he found that a crowd of people was standing in front of the bulletin board near town hall. Because the bulletin board was the only source from the last 2 years where the bad news or the good news come from the battlefield. The people got the news of the lost battle and other important information only from there. So when he was going over there, there was a blacksmith named Washer. He just commented on Franz that there is no need to rush towards the school. You can take your own time. Unusual silence at school. Usually, when the school began, there was a lot of hustle and bustle. The opening and closing of desks and lessons orally repeated in unison, creating a lot of commotion, but now it was all so still. He could depend on the commotion to get to his desk without being noticed. But now he went in before everybody. He blushed and was quite frightened. But nothing happened. No punishment. M. Hamel saw him and asked very kindly to take his seat. So now students, through this paragraph, narrator just want to explain one thing, that the scenario of the classroom was completely opposite. Because earlier, there was a great hustle and bustle in the classroom. There was a lot of noise in the classroom. There was an opening and closing of the desk. There was a lessons orally repeated in unison, creating a lot of noise, commotion, and moreover, the rapping of the ruler made by M. Hamel. But now, it was completely different. The class was so still. depend on the commotion to get to his desk. So there, M. Hamel, who was there in the class, and friends who wants to take the undue advantage, and there he wants to get inside the class without noticing. And there he did. But at that time, he was scared, he was frightened, but nothing happened because no punishment given by M. Hamel. And M. Hamel, after noticing him, was really very calm, quiet, and asked very kindly to him to take his seat. Franz receives a big shock when he learns that this is his last lesson of French. He is shocked because he does not know French. Definitely, Franz, when he was sitting in the classroom, he was having an idea that M. Hamel was definitely going to ask a question on participle. And my dear students, Franz was not having even an idea about the single word of participle. That's why he was afraid, he was shocked. Now we move on to the last lesson. M. Hamel was in clothes that he wore only on inspection and prize days. The whole school seemed so strange and silent, but the most surprising thing was the presence of the village elders sitting quietly on the back benches. M. Hamel mounted his chair and spoke in a grave and gentle tone. "My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you." He told them that an order had come from Berlin. Only German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new master would come the next day. It was their last French lesson. He wanted them to be very attentive. So now, in this paragraph, friends want to explain that M. Hamel was in his special formal dress that he used to wear during inspection days or during the prize distribution days. He was wearing green coat, frilled shirt and a little black silk cap, all embroidered. Because here he wants to pay respect towards the language, because according to M. Hamel, it was his last day, it was his last lesson which he wants to deliver among the people of Alsace and Lorraine. The whole school seemed so strange and silent. Definitely, earlier there was a great hustle and bustle, there was a rapping of the ruler, opening and closing of the desk, but the most surprising thing was the presence of the village elders. Definitely, earlier only few students used to come and attend the class, and now when the people of Alsace and Lorraine came to know that today they are going to have a last lesson from M. Hamel, so the village elders were also sitting on their back benches. M. Hamel mounted his chair and spoke in a grave and gentle tone. He was really very upset that, "My dear children, this is the last lesson," because it is there the order which is there from Berlin that from tomorrow onwards the German would be taught in the school of Alsace and Lorraine. And there what he wanted them to be very attentive and to listen to the last lecture which was delivered by M. Hamel. Furthermore, on learning about the last lesson, a sudden interest of learning French. Moreover, he pays careful attention and learning and which is taught on this last day. Instantly, he develops liking for the teacher M. Hamel. His feeling of hatred for him suddenly came to an end. Now in this, friends just want to explain one thing, that when he came to know that today there will be a last lesson of French language, so definitely they developed a great interest for the language, and moreover the hatredness has converted into love, affection towards M. Hamel. Moreover, French develops respect for the hard work and sincerity of his teacher, that for the last 40 years M. Hamel, who was working really very sincerely, for the departing the language, highlighting the importance of language. But now Friends is sad and ashamed for being unable to recite his lesson. But at this time, there was a guilt feeling among the friends because he was not able to recite his lesson in his native language. Hamel explains that they all are at fault for lacking eagerness to learn. Now M. Hamel just make all the people, especially the parents, students, responsible for not learning the language. Because parents preferred the children to work in the mill, farm or at the farmhouse or at the garden, so as to have a little more money, because according to parents it is far better to get knowledge but than to get money. So they are not knowing the importance of language or the studies. Furthermore, he also includes himself in his fault. He blames himself for lack of sincerity in teaching them. Now Friends was really very sincere towards it, but at that time M. Hamel also feel that he was also blaming himself and also responsible for not having the correct knowledge to the people of Alsace and Lorraine, because definitely when he sent the students to water his flowers or plants, and definitely when he wants to go out for fishing, he declared off in the school. So for this two reasons, M. Hamel considered or blaming himself for all this fault of not learning the language. There is a reflection of his patriotism in his praise for the French language. He says that the French language is the most logical and beautiful language in the world. Definitely, M. Hamel was having a patriotic feeling towards the French language, and according to him, he considered that French language was the most logical and beautiful language in the world. So he requests all the people sitting in the classroom to pay great respect towards their native language. Now let's move on to the sudden love for French language. The narrator felt sorry for not learning his lessons in French. He never liked his books. He didn't have any interest in grammar and history, but now he developed a fascination for them. Even he started liking M. Hamel. The idea that he would not teach them anymore made Friends forget all about his ruler. He even forgot how cranky his teacher was. And finally, he was also saying that M. Hamel forget everything, and he even forgot how cranky his teacher was. His teacher was very strict. His teacher was really very much serious also. Now it was his turn to recite, but he got mixed up and confused. M. Hamel did not scold him. So during this, when he was there in the class, so M. Hamel asked Friends to tell something about grammar, that is the participle. But there, Friends was completely confused and he mixed up with some words. But here, M. Hamel was really very calm and he didn't scold Friends. It seemed that M. Hamel got emotional on this occasion because according to M. Hamel, this was his last lesson. This was his last day. So he don't want to make anyone disheartened. M. Hamel showed his concern that people of Alsace generally gave no importance to French. Rather, they give priority to some other work. They put off learning their own native language. They don't have any interest of learning their language, that is the French language, which according to M. Hamel was one of the most logical and beautiful language. Friends was not only culprit, and he was not blaming Friends only, because according to him, the parents, students, as well as he himself was responsible for this problem. Many others also shared the same fate. He declared that the French language was the most beautiful language in the world. It was the clearest and most logical. M. Hamel went to talk to the French about the French language. M. Hamel showed his concern that people of Alsace generally gave no importance to French. They put off learning their own native language. France was not only the culprit. Many others also shared the same fate. He declared that the French language was the most beautiful language in the world. It was the clearest and most logical. They must guard it among themselves and never forget it. It appeared that M. Hamel wanted to give them all he knew before going away. So definitely M. Hamel just wants to consider that today whatever the knowledge he was having, he wants to depart all the knowledge among the people of Alsace and Lorraine. They must guard it among themselves and never forget it. It appeared that M. Hamel wanted to give all he knew before going away. Furthermore, he asked the class to guard their language. He says that being close to one's language is the way to escape the clutches of slavery. This language will assist them in attaining freedom from the Germans. So definitely students, M. Hamel just want to highlight one point by highlighting the importance of language, that by having an idea about our native language definitely makes us escape from the clutches of slavery and definitely freedom from the Germans. The people realizes the significance of their mother tongue. Moreover, they feel the reason for their defeat is illiteracy, because they don't have any idea about their language. That's why they are illiterate. France feels that it is impossible to remove one's language from a person. This is because it is something that is natural to a person. This means that no matter how hard the opposition may try, they will fail to remove one's language. The narrator felt sorry for not learning his lessons in French. He never liked his books. He didn't have any interest in grammar and history, but now he developed a fascination for them. Even he started liking M. Hamel. Now student, the most important part or the most important message given by M. Hamel was that all at once the church clock struck 12. The trumpet of the Persian soldiers was sounded under their windows. M. Hamel stood up, very pale, in his chair, and finally he tried to speak, but something choked him. He couldn't speak. Then he turned to the blackboard. He took a piece of chalk and wrote as large as he could. Vive la France means long live France. Then without a word, he made a gesture to them with his hand. School is dismissed, you may go. Now here student, this was the final word given by M. Hamel in appreciation of French language, Vive la France. Here, when M. Hamel just heard the sound of the trumpets of the Persians who were enjoying and who were coming by marching, M. Hamel stood up. He was very sad. His face was completely pale. He tried to speak, but something stops. His throat was completely choked. He couldn't speak. Then, in order to express his thoughts, he turned towards the blackboard. He took up a piece of chalk, and how much means the way he wants to express his feeling, he just starts writing on the blackboard, Vive la France. That means long live France. And by just making an expression with his hand, he just want to say to the people, school is dismissed, you may go. Now students, we have finished with the explanation. Now There are few points which I have highlighted for you, the important points from the chapter, and here we goes. Franz is afraid of going to school as he has not learned participles. Second point, he wants to enjoy the beauty of nature, the bright sunshine, the birds chirping in the woods, Persian soldiers drilling, but resisted. On reaching school, friends noticed unusual silence. Villagers occupying the last benches, teachers well dressed, everybody looked sad. M. Hamel announces today is the last lesson in French. Franz regrets and realizes why he had not taken his lesson seriously. Understands the reason why the teacher is well dressed and the village was sitting on the back. M. Hamel realizes that all three, he himself, the children and the parents, be blamed for losing respects and regards for the mother tongue. Hamel says the French language, most beautiful, clear and logical language in the world. Always keep close the mother tongue to your heart as it is the key to the prison of slavery. Hamel becomes emotional and writes on the blackboard, Vive la France. Franz remembers the last lesson very well. Now students, here are few textbook questions which I want to discuss with you. First question, what was Franz expected to be prepared with for school that day? As you all know that M. Hamel has already announced that there will be a test on the topic participle, and Franz was not having a single idea about the word of participle. So he decided that on that day he will be bunking from the school, and definitely he just went out in the open field where the sparrows are chirping in the woods. Persian soldiers were doing the drilling practice, and moreover it was a bright sunny day. So Franz expected to bunk the school. Second question, what did Franz notice that was unusual about the school that day? Yes, it was quite unusual thing there in the school, because earlier there was a great hustle and bustle in the classroom. All the students were making a lot of noise. There was opening and closing of the desk. There was a rapping sound of the ruler made by M. Hamel in order to have a control over the class. But today it was completely opposite. All were sitting quietly, and the most important thing that was shocking, that the back benches was occupied by the villagers, the village elders. So it was the unusual about the school that day. Third question, what had been put up on the bulletin board? When Franz was rushing towards the school, he saw that lots of people were standing nearby the bulletin board, because from the last 2 years, the news from Berlin were coming there from the battlefield about the lost or the victory. So the people who were standing over there, might be the news from the battlefield was there that from tomorrow onwards Germans are going to rule the territory of Alsace and Lorraine. Now the fourth question, what changes did the order from Berlin cause in the school that day? The shocking order from the Berlin that only Germans would be taught in the school of the Alsace and Lorraine made them sad and hurt the pride of French people. So as to gestures to express their solidarity for their language, the village elders also attend the school. Moreover, there were no hustle and bustle in the classroom. And finally, M. Hamel was also wearing the special formal dress. Now the fifth question, what was the mood in the classroom when M. Hamel gave his last French lesson? The mood in the classroom was really they all are very sad, and M. Hamel was giving his last French lesson. The mood of the classroom was solemn and somber. when he announced that this was their last French lesson, everyone was really very much shocked, and finally the classroom was developed, means there was a feeling of patriotism was there, and they also regretted that why they have wasted their time in ignoring their mother tongue. So finally all the people were showing the great respect toward their language. So I hope the chapter was clear now, students. Thank you so much.